Is it time to plan a funeral? With the rise of YouTube, internet downloads, and other media platforms, people say radio is a dying medium. Today, I'm here with Dave Mcteague, who is a part of the radio industry as a DJ and a corporate executive in radio as promotions manager at G98.7 FM. And we'll be discussing his role in the radio industry and the relevance and importance of radio today. Hi, Dave.
Hey.
So, what is the relevance of radio?
Radio is a medium to broadcast information. We try and make it as, as edible as possible for everyone. So, we focus on maybe a specific genre or set of information for people to take in.
Okay, so how did radio help manifest your job or your role as a promotions manager?
Well, as a promotions manager, my job is to essentially promote the radio station and promote everything that we do. So that could be building the time that people the time they spend listening to the radio station, working with clients, just trying to keep people tuned in for as long as possible.
Okay, so with the rise of new media platforms, many say that radio is all dead. So how would you respond to this?
Radio definitely isn't dead by any means. I think it's about 92% of Canadians listen to radio, at least tune in at least once a week.
Yeah.
So, it's not dead. Now people go to radio for, I think, different reasons now, as it was 10, 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years ago and so on. It's not just about music. It's about information. It's about being a gatekeeper. It's about offering something to your audience that no other medium or station, everybody's trying to be individual, can provide.
Okay, so how do you make sure to keep the target audience listening to the radio?
Just being aware of who they are and what they like. Me, for example, a big part of what I do on the day-to-day is I spend time right from the morning. I wake up in the morning. On my drive into work or to the gym, I listen to the station, I listen to our morning show. I spend an hour with the morning show every day, so I get to sometimes, if they're doing contests or people are calling in and they're asking people's opinions, I'll pick up the phones and just to get the feel of the people. Mm-hmm. So from there, I can see what they're like, what they're talking about, what they're interested in, what they don't like, and kind of gear everything that I can do towards that. Now it's kind of hard because you got to blanket a whole set of different people. Mm-hmm. But once you have a key demo that you're aware of, and being that I come from a background working with this demo and culture, specifically at the station that we work at G98.7, it makes it a lot easier.
So what is the key demographic of G98.7?
Okay, so we're a radio station. We're 25 to 54. It's a wide range. Our sweet spot is 35 to 54. So you're not going to hear ads for toys or certain things that you might catch on a 12-year with a different demo, like a 12 to 18. Mm-hmm. For us, it's more family kind of based, people with substantial earnings, and yeah.
Okay, so then what is the difference between radio and YouTube?
Well, radio and YouTube. YouTube, you can just go anytime and get anything that you want, mm-hmm. right? I'm at work and I go on YouTube because if I want to look for something quickly, I have the access. It's at my fingertips, of course. And then YouTube has everything and all kinds of distractions. Mm-hmm. Radio, we're gatekeepers, so we feel that we provide music, same way as you might use YouTube for. Music that we provide, from our taste and what we think is going to be popular, and to keep the most people listening at a certain time. Mm-hmm. YouTube is very one-on-one. It's your relationship, whereas radio is like a broadcast medium. So we can reach a lot more people on one certain event on a daily basis than maybe YouTube does. And I'm talking about playing a song. If we have so many listeners in Toronto over a certain time, we're at certain per minute or something mm-hmm. like that. And YouTube being very different, one-on-one, maybe one person's listening to this, maybe one person's listening to that. It can be very different.
Okay, so you have about minute 30 left. So what is the importance of radio in the industry today?
Well, radio it's a big medium. It gives you information quickly. There's no big production value in the sense of doing television. And then I always say, like, if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, then when all the electricity and everything goes down, we're going to have generators, and that's how people are going to be able to get information from across from one another. So at the very basis of forms, it has that advantage.
Yeah. So where do you see radio in about 5 to 10 years from now?
5 to 10 years, radio, I think will continue on its track with the relevance that it has. But I also think that broadcasting companies are going to become more multifaceted. So a radio, just like today, isn't just a radio. We provide video, we provide opinions, we have blogs, we share information. I just think that those other facets are going to play a much bigger role in radio.
Yeah, okay. So is there anything that you guys try to do to keep it up so that it stays for 5, 10 years?
We just continue to do what we do. We know it's going to be around, right? That's what it's going to be. So we just continue what we do and try and give as much foresight and educate ourselves and see the trends of what's going on.
Okay, well, thank you, Dave, for coming and sharing your thoughts. So I'm Jewel DaCosta, and this was Jewel TV, Toronto's brightest station.